Hello everyone, Arms Inc. here, and today I got a quick video. Today we're going to talk about the magazines. Let's see if I can pull one out. And a conversation Philip DeFranco had with Joe Biden. That if it wasn't such a serious matter, this would be the funniest thing I've ever heard. Joe Biden, while talking to Philip DeFranco, literally made, and Philip DeFranco, in case you don't know, is he reports news on YouTube, and he has a few YouTube channels, and he's one of the more successful YouTube channels out there. Well, Philip DeFranco had taken questions from people, and he pointed out to Biden from the FBI website how the first assault weapons ban was a failure, and how assault weapons count for less than 1% of homicides in the United States. To that, Biden responds, first he talks bad about, first he says how it really wasn't a failure. It expired not because it was a failure, but because it had a sunset clause, which is true, but it was also a failure because they didn't reenact it, because it didn't do anything. It didn't dramatically decrease crime. Then next, Biden makes the argument. Now this is going to be what this whole video is about. Biden literally makes the argument that because assault weapons are so ineffective that they should be banned, because clearly they don't have any purpose. What? Like, what? Like, how can you even make this? That's the dumbest argument I've ever heard. That is the dumbest argument I've ever heard. So, I can't understand any rational person that heard that argument that would, I don't know, that one was the big one for me. There's a couple more he talked about. He said how Glocks, how the big real, he said assault weapons, then later on he said how assault weapons aren't really the issue, and how it's more the magazine thing is what he cares about. And he then stated how Glocks, which are pistols, can hold 2, 5, or 4, or 7. He stated a whole bunch of random numbers, going from 2 to like 30, and stated how they are, standard capacity or high capacity magazines, depends upon where the situation is the problem. And then, after that craziness about talking about how handguns are the high capacity magazines and handguns are the problem, and when I'm saying high capacity, 33 rounds on a Glock 17 would be considered high capacity. He then tells everybody, when asked whether or not people during a natural disaster such as an earthquake or whatnot, wanted to have some last line of defense. And he states that a double-barrel shotgun is more effective, and that they should go out and buy a shotgun and some shotgun shells. Then he says that assault weapons are too hard and complicated to use. It was the most convoluted stuff I've ever heard in my life. I've made this video several times, and it's just been hard to make because I'm either laughing or in shock. I don't know how I should feel. Like, this guy is representing me, while I didn't vote for him, he's representing, me. He's representing you guys out there that are part of the United States. This was the dumbest thing to say. And if you're supposed to be knowledgeable about the subject, that I don't know. This was just so crazy. So, anyways, I'm hoping that this assault weapons ban federally is going to fail. I believe federally it's going to fail. However, stateside, currently in Hawaii, we are seeing a whole bunch of potential bans. If you guys don't know about them, check out 2A Hawaii. They got some links to current legislation. There's an assault weapons ban in Hawaii that mirrors the 1994 one to a T, except for no grandfathering, which I don't know how they do that. Would they come door to door and take our guns? Or am I going to have to throw my guns in the Pacific Ocean? Like, how does this work? And there's no period for people to get rid of them, too. You're already automatically a criminal. The other one that's coming up in Hawaii is they want us to get permits and background checks for ammunition and to show registration papers for our firearms, and then show that to the people when we go and buy the ammunition, so that we're only buying ammunition for the calibers we own. And that's a problem, because prior to 1994, all long guns that were in the state do not need to be registered if they were possessed by the original owner. And there's a whole bunch of people who have not handguns, if I say handguns, it's rifles. If they're in the state, do not need to be registered. And it's that's craziness that you'd make people who don't have registration, because they legally don't need registration. Now you're saying that they're unable to buy ammunition. It's backdoor forced registration on people who are already grandfathered in. It also, if you have an AR lower, my AR lowers are currently registered as receivers, and the police station, it's no biggie. Well, that means I'd have to go back and re-register them for this caliber, which is 5.56. If I switch to 9mm, I gotta go back and re-register it as a 9mm, and that's crap. That is complete and utter crap. What else do we have coming through? We got a couple other wonky bills that are coming through the Hawaii legislation, and this happens every year. But good news is we have a couple of good bills. We have one to remove liability for NRA instructors, which is awesome. In Hawaii we have pretty much infinite liability for firearm owners and users, and people who run ranges, and firearms instructors. And that's kind of not good for us. That's why in Oahu we only have one public range, and as far as I know, there's only one private range that really is directed towards firearms owners, and there are a couple private ranges in Waikiki, but those are directed towards tourists, and they're outrageous. They're really expensive, but they're more for people who are, say, from Japan, who want to come and fire a rifle or something because they're completely illegal in their home country, and this way it gives them a chance to do it. So those ones that they make their money, they do their business, and they got their own market. But we really don't have any ranges, and part of the problem is because of all the restrictions, the liability that's involved, that causes ranges not to be able to be profitable, and they have to close. So good news is that the one in that one looks it looks positive. The other two that we have that are positive, but I don't know if they'll get through, is concealed carry, because currently we have concealed carry, but you can't get it. There's been very few cases where they've actually issued permits. My grandfather was actually issued a permit prior to him becoming a police officer, and his brothers were high up in the police force, so that had more to do with it than anything else. And with that, he was able to become a private detective and make a lot, make a decent amount of money, because if you have a permit, which is super rare, to conceal carry, it's like gold in that industry. And then there's one for permit for open carry. Currently, they can issue permits, but this is going to make it a shell issue. Open carry, while there are some protesting reasons why you do it, in Hawaii, it would not be as beneficial, and it probably would piss off more people and make more people that are already kind of anti-gun more anti-gun. And so that open carry one, I don't see that going anywhere. Concealed carry, I can dream, and maybe, I don't know, it's never has before. And then there's one to remove our 10-round limit on pistol magazines. We have a convoluted law involving pistol magazines, and it is very unclear, because we have an assault pistols ban. These are not considered pistol magazines. It's from, according to the DA's office, they told the gun stores and whatnot, is that if the pistol is legal in Hawaii, you can't have a high capacity or a standard, high capacity magazine for it. But AK pistols and AR pistols are not legal in Hawaii, and therefore they sell these at the stores. So that's kind of like a legislative update to this video. I still can't get over the Biden thing, but anyways, mahalo for watching. Please subscribe. If you got any comments, questions, please leave them in the comment box down below. Support the NRA, support your local gun organization in Hawaii. It's the Defense Foundation and the Hawaii Rifle Association.